Wario's to try and kind of play just outside of Haven's burst range, and utilize those up tilt anti-airs, and really just how well can he lock down on this floating gassy menace.
Okay, going into game number 1, we got Rondor on the Falco, we got Haven on the Wario on PS2. This is a top cut qualifier for top 24 at Fusion 147. Let's see how it's going to go. And Rondor already with a quick lead, 80% and climbing, trying to go for that up throw back air. Rondor just constantly keeping Haven and disadvantage as much as possible. We could be seeing a KO here. Oh, Rondor almost STs, just barely gets back though.
Absolutely, and looking for that drag down nair combo starter into the up tilt, but instead gonna get reversal. It's gonna be a whole bunch of nairs and up tilts of Haven's own that are gonna rack on that damage. And I love that call out on the illusion. Rondor very much likes that one historically, to illusion high, try and find a mix up into a reversal. Wario's not a character you can do that against consistently, but there it is again, Gurden. We're gonna see how consistently can Haven find these edge traps.
And now within a minute, we already seen Haven bring back the percentage, but it's not going to matter this time. Rondor able to get that swift KO with that up smash, but an immediate answer into that back air read, going to seal out another stock in just a minute. Now, these players are scrapping. I love this.
Rondor expected Haven to dash in there after that out until L turned around, and so went for an immediate dash attack instead. Haven ready for calling him out. And this has been Haven has done a really good job of utilizing Wario's air drift, if kind of pushing buttons from a distance where he's safe, and then slowing things down, letting Rondor come in, letting Rondor think he's comfortable before, or really just catching his approaches, punishing these buttons, and playing very reactively. That being said, it hasn't been enough to get away from these cutscene combos, to get away from all the damage that Rondor's been able to rack on, and with this down air up tilt conversion into the back air, that's barely not going to be it. Beautiful DI from Haven into the recovery, using that bike to get out, and there's that patented bike play we were talking about before.
Something I've been seeing just after this, we've seen that F tilt getting that KO. Both players, like you've been saying, having these combo characters with the Wario and the Falco. We've been seeing a lot of cutscene combos. They have the combos on lock, and that's what I love seeing, because you need those extensions to be able to get those KOs, especially at this kind of level that these players are playing at. We're going to be seeing Rondor just trying to get anything, these nairs off anything, trying to get this forward air into a drag down tilt, still not able to get the KO. That probably would have been able to get the KO, but the up air drag down into the up down B waft is going to seal out that game. Man, that was quick.
Yes, it was, right? Tick-tock goes the clock. That's what they say, man. And Haven, and realizing, hey, time's up, dude. Dude, 2 minutes have passed. We're down at 4:30. We're past that 5-minute timer, and that means, guess what? I've got Waft online. And, you know, the age-old adage in Ultimate is, if you're even stocks with Wario, and he's got Waft, well, you're actually down a stock. Haven put it on full display there, but next, we're gonna see something a little bit different. And this man's got no shoes on. It's gonna be Corrin here in game number 2 on Small Battlefield.
I did not expect the Corrin to come out. Granted, I'm not from Tri-State, so I don't know these players too well, but the Corrin coming in a little bit surprising for me, because I think that Corrin is pretty much combo food for Falco going into this matchup, but Corrin can do a little bit of a good job just racking up a bunch of damage onto the Falco respectively, but Rondor is just doing such a good job racking up 113%, has Haven at the ledge right now. Rondor is just doing a better job in this game number 2.
Yep, and I think part of it is just Haven played so confidently, even though it was close. He felt like he had full control of that game number 1. So I don't know that this is a counter pick as much for the matchup as it is a counter pick just for, I want to practice another character because I feel really good. That being said, it's not working out so well here in game number 2. Rondor's done a great job kind of outspacing in the threat range of Pin, of these nairs, and then is just calling out the relatively high end lag on a lot of Corrin's moves, the committal nature of this character, to find these insane cutscene combos, but all it takes is one Gerd, and that Pin gonna find its mark and keep the stock count even.
That pin was just perfectly timed, just barely able to get the hit onto Falco. Not going to matter. We're going to see that down tilt conversion into a forward air. That's going to seal out another stock for Rondor, 2 stocks to 1. And now, like you said, this secondary character not really putting in the work. Maybe Haven was just trying to practice something, maybe for collision potentially. But, you know, maybe if this goes into a game 3, we might see the Wario again.
And Rondor once again dropping those down tilt fair drag down loops, not gonna find the mark, looking for down air to try and find a mix up to start a combo. One of the things that Corrin really does have here in the matchup though is, this character did a lot better in neutral, right? Corrin earns most of Corrin's buttons, at least you can have some neutral use towards Falco. They're gonna dare, they're gonna down, at low percent, they're gonna down tilt you, or they're gonna fair you. And at most percents, they're going to up tilt you or they're going to nair you. And that's really all this character's got. So Rondor's kind of got caught swinging, being very predictable because he has to be on these neutral tools. And that's not even a full-on window back into this game. Not going to matter though, right? As soon as the door opens, Rondor, locks it back shut, says, hold on guys, I found my keys after all. Don't worry, we got one more game on our hands. And now, as you said before, the real question is, does Haven stay with his core and does he go back to Wario?
I don't think it looked that great for Haven with the Corrin. I preferably would probably say, yeah, run it back with the Wario. You did a really good 2-stock, having that waft, using it correctly, and just getting in time to get that waft to see out game number 1. I'm expecting the Wario, run it back, and we are going to be seeing the Wario for Haven running it back against Rondor. Game number 3, let's see how it goes. I think the Wario is going to put a little bit more work in than this Corrin did.
Absolutely, I 100% agree with you, right? You want to practice things, but you don't want to practice things to the point that you quite literally put yourself in losers as a result. So we're gonna see here in game number 3, Haven going back to that Wario. Oh, back to PS2 as well. So trying to say, hold on, I did it here once in this way. I'm gonna try and just do the same thing twice. That being said, Rondor, right, playing a lot more patient, kind of remembering the adjustments, those notes he took in game 1 that he kind of had to throw out for that Corrin in game 2. And, I mean, picking up right where he left off.
Yeah, same characters, same stage in game 1, but now Rondor having that ability to get the momentum back in game number 2. He's moving a little bit. It looked like he's just moving around.
Oh my god, dude, the slingshots?
I was about to say, I'm like, I know the tap, but I just couldn't remember the name of the slingshots. Yeah.
Yeah, or the Gimmer. Gims always wins, baby, and we're on full display right now, right? Rondor not really doing it nearly as much in game number 1. We saw it a little bit in game 2, but they're in game 3, right? Trying to abuse the fact that, the movement mix-up because of Falco's, not great air drift. It's not terrible, but, it's nothing compared to the top of the game quality of air mobility that Wario has for you. So Rondor trying to get tricky, trying to keep himself at distance, and he had a fast start, but this second one he's now only barely trying to get something started, but what a start he's got. Falling out of the up air gird, just gonna barely give Haven one more chance.
And Rondo's just looking at these openings and just capitalizing on it. Just every small hit. Even if he just whiffs that up tilt, still going to try to follow Haven as much as possible. Follow it up with those F tilts, another up tilt, another down tilt, just racking up more damage. Keep it going, keep it going, keep it going. We're going to see that down tilt into a dash attack conversion for Haven. That's a great way to seal out that stock. And like you were saying earlier in the set, if Wario has waft, you're basically up a stock. So this is very even right now.
He expected the tech off that down air. That's why he looked for that F smash read. But Haven, recognizing the situation, said, oh, I know that you as a player like to look for these tech reads. So you know what I'm going to do? I'm just going to not tech. I'm going to use my big belly. I'm going to bounce right back up in the air and reset, hold on to the stock. And Gerd, I mean, waft now online, right? Even though, all it takes one more combo, right? One more falling nair, one more up tilt, one more falling up air Gerd, and that's gonna be the stock. We could be right back even just like that. Rondor knows he's at kill percent and has to play so much more defensively right now.
Okay, Ritual, do you think an up air into a waft would kill here with that max range? 152% is a lot of damage.
Well, falling up air into rest, if it's at ledge, yes. It's center stage on PS2 because of the larger blast zones, no, it would not. Okay. But, again, right, he was at ledge. He was getting corner carried, and a lot of the times those combos with Wario, right, are gonna carry you horizontally, so they're gonna put you in a better position for that waft to kill sooner. And, right now, that's what you're really seeing him fish for, right? He knows he wants to get back into this game. If we see Rondor, though, get to 70, 80%, I don't know that we're gonna see the waft come out this time. He might save it for the last one.
I think if we're going to be able to use his waft, yeah, you want to use them that last stock to be able to seal out that game 3. But I think if you have the ability to just seal out a stock in general, I think you take it. Obviously, you have that rage 174, but I think any ability to get a stock in this matchup between these two great players, you got to take it because every inch is a mile in these players' imagination. So you've got to be able to seal out these stocks to win.
I absolutely agree with you, Gerd, but you know, the reason you want to, like, once they're at 90, you know, 80, 90% with 321 on the clock, right? That waft, you're not going to necessarily get a second one back, whereas if you could find it earlier, you might still be able to, even if you need to, slow the pace of the game down and get one back. But now, right, with that 107, using a waft here when you already have other moves that kill is just a waste of that resource you can save, hold on to, and kind of give yourself that X factor going into the game. Rondor has to respect it from here on out and knows that. But recognizing now that he's past where, you know, Haven wanted to use it, just stop respecting it, and it's gonna be a clean on 0 to death? Hold on.
That was a combo clip if I've ever seen one, just going for those up tilts, up air combo tutorial. Man, that was insane showing from Rondor, just able to seal out that. That was a complete opposite of game number 1, where we saw a 2-stock from Haven with the Wario, but now we're going to be seeing a 2-stock from Rondor in game number 3? That was a good adjustment.
Yeah, holy cow, dude. Like, I'm gonna be real. If y'all just tuned in and you missed that, I guess check Collision Twitter in about 10 minutes, because you'll be able to see that last clip, I'm
Yes,
sure,
sir.
soon on enough up there.
And then you're going to see that up air into the waft. That's just a good way to seal out that game. We're going to be seeing more clips coming up to you real soon. Ritual, what do you think about that game 3? What did you think about that adjustment going in for Haven and Rondor?
I loved the movement adjustments from Rondor, and I really, like, as much as I understand Haven feeling comfortable, feeling confident enough to go Corrin here in this game too, you gave Rondor some momentum, and Rondor's a player that when he's playing hot, he's playing hot, and when he's playing cold, he's playing cold. You know, like, you know, he is a very momentum-based player, and if you give him that time to heat up, you're going to have a hard time slowing him back down. Haven had the opportunities, but wasn't able to find that mid% waft on that second stock game 3. If he had found a waft, say, here, he would have been able to slow that pace of the game down. He would have had the lead, and this one might have gone a little bit differently, but having to save that waft, holding onto it for over a full minute and a half here, right? Like, it just meant that he didn't have the time to build a second one. He didn't have any time to play for the lead, and Rondor recognizing at 130, hey, he's not going to use waft here, stopped respecting it, and Haven just not ready for that.
Yeah, and like you were saying, just holding on to it, Haven was just looking for something. Looking for one waft, probably over-focusing on it just a little bit too much, if you ask me. Just trying to look for that KO. Obviously, you could still go for things like Nair into up air, or you could try to keep Falco at the ledge, just trying to do something else other than looking for, I'm Wario. I have waft online. I'm going to look for a waft KO. Nah, you're on the second stock. Probably just try to focus on just sealing out a way. Even if you do try to get that waft, realize it in the moment instead of trying to realize it as your only tool to get the KO, because you have other facets. You're playing Wario. Wario is a crazy character.